Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmad Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Let's take a look at what we're discussing. First of all, Pakistan has made it to the final of the Nations Cup of volleyball. They're now set to face host Bahrain tonight in a very, very important final. They had an outstanding semi-final. They beat Qatar 3-0, and of course against Qatar this was a bit of an onus as well. Last time they lost the final, but it was an absolute interesting encounter, and congratulations to the Pakistan volleyball team. The entire nation now is all set and waiting for the final tonight, where we faced host Bahrain, who have home support, but definitely we're rooting for Pakistan to win this one. After that, we move on to cricket and we discuss the subject of cricket, where the skills development camp organized under the Pakistan Cricket Board is underway. The second phase of this camp has now commenced, and the camp will continue till the 30th of June. It's very interesting now that we talk about the pool of players, which for long has been a very serious issue at Pakistan cricket, and we've always talked about the next generation of players as well, and like for like replacements, be it injury, be it out of form players as well, and of course bench strength. So I think all of those subjects are now being worked upon, and will of course be gauging how we can move forward amongst the players as well, and what kind of players and what kind of strategies do we need considering future tournaments and upcoming series that are coming for Pakistan as well. Then we move on to football, and in the third segment we discuss the FIFA Club World Cup, and very high, and the stakes are ever so high as well. For the details right after this short break, stay tuned to Sports Extra.
The way he interacted with this, all those players, the way he actually gave them the roadmap for the coming few months, the way he talked about their technical the difficulties they've been facing technically, and the and most important thing was the seriousness of this camp, because it was talked around everywhere. The players, I've got to meet one or two, they've been very keen of on anything said by Michael Hassan himself, and they know that they've got a serious coach who's looking after them very well. Because previously when we talk about all those foreign coaches or even the Pakistani ones, the moment the season is over, the moment any series is over, everyone goes to their own backyard or their own houses and homes and just feel free. But when it comes to Michael Hassan, the way he assembled all those camps, the way he asked Pakistan Cricket Board to manage those camps in this condition, it's very rare, and this is where I think Pakistan cricket team has got a very good head coach. Let's hope he'll be able to work independently, or most we can say without any pressure, external or internal pressure, and that's where we'll find the most fruits of his coaching regime. And one thing very important, I mean, when we talk about Michael Hassan, we've seen how New Zealand has transformed into a world beating, the way they have managed to pull up World Test Championship, the way they have managed to play all those semi-finals and the finals of the global events. I guess we have got a coach who haven't got those title to show off, but he has got a team to show off, and this is where New Zealand has got so much for Michael Hassan. It's our turn.
Well, we've talked about the pool of players as well. Some people are of the opinion that these are the similar faces that have been in and out of the Pakistan cricket team for the past couple of years now, and there's no particular name that we can talk about. I probably can. I think Yasir Khan is there, and then we can talk about Sufiyan Mukim, who was recently inducted, but he's already played Pakistan as well. But likes of Hassan Nawaz have newly emerged onto the scene as well, but have been domestic products. So do you also believe that there's still room to get in some more faces in and some more names which are performing well on the domestic level?
I guess, Ahmad, to start with, these are the names because they've been part of the Pakistani setup, they've been part of the domestic cricket, and they've been performing well. If somebody talk about that the new names, they have to be in the camp, they should come up with those new names. What sort of names or which play they are primarily talking about? I guess I can name few. I can talk about certain faces and certain names from Islamabad, and most probably I'll be talking about Ali Imran, Fizan Riaz for that matter. But when we talk about 47 players to start with for Michael Hassan, I think it's enough. It's more than enough for a start. And likewise, we said that if he stays here, if he's been interested in the domestic cricket of Pakistan, and if he goes through one entire season of Pakistan domestic, then he'll be the one calling out different names to those camps, because right now these are the names which were provided to him, most probably have been asked to join the camp because they've been playing for Pakistan and they've been playing for the domestic cricket for quite so long. So most probably to start with, it's a good omen. But let's hope Michael Hassan stays there for 1 or 2 years, and then most probably he'll be able to pick players from the domestic arena of his own choice, of his own will, and we can see a change occurring in the Pakistan cricket board and Pakistan cricket team. So I guess it's a good start.
It's very important that we also replicate these kinds of models, because we've been part of the domestic structure as well, that on the domestic side, on the youth circuit as well, under 19, under 16 cricket, where you have the liberty of fresh minds coming in, that maybe we can replicate these camps. But then the problem comes that so far, because of inconsistency in the board, no former cricketer or senior cricketer is ready to work on that level.
I guess most important thing with all those guys who've been said as the former cricketer, only 2 or 3 of them, we can name them actually, have been working with the grassroots level or the nursery. Salman Bud is, for that matter, one. He's working with Gunny Glass for quite some time now, and he's their coach and is their mentor, and he works with all those guys on a personal level. He remains there with their all those guys, and Akib Javed, for that matter, when he was part of Lahore Qalandar's development camp. So apart from that, no one else where we can find. Rashid Bhai was part of when he was in Karachi and working with Port Qasim and Omar Associates, something like that. But when we talk about former cricketers and all those legends, they want a fertile land to place their seeds on it, or most probably they want a team managed by PCB, and then they want to work with it. And nobody is interested to work with the junior age or age categories. They want to work with national setup, because this is where they get the hype, this is where they get the media attention, and most probably the financials too. So we wanted a former cricketer to work in National Cricket Academy, most probably, or different set of academies in different regions. This is where the raw material or the raw talent comes in, and this is where their need is there. Once the player is in the Pakistani setup or represented Pakistan, it's very hard to change his technique or ask him to do different things. And this is where actually the problem starts. A player who've been playing for like 8, 10 seasons, 11 seasons, and then he'll be asked to change his bowling rhythm or bowling style or action. It's a heavy burden on the player, and this is where the problem comes in. For all those former legends of the game, start working with the grassroots level, and this is where you'll plow the seeds of your legacy. And most probably this is where we wanted them to be, because for the national setup there are already so many contenders.
It's very important that everybody wants to play for Pakistan, but no one is ready to go through that process. So everybody right now, even young players, are looking for that shortcut of playing the PSL. And I think for now, Kashif, I think most probably everybody's realized that the only pathway to Pakistan cricket is PSL.
I guess with the inclusion of Kamran, Ghulam, Khurram, Shehzad, I can say that white kids still belong to the domestic cricket. But how many of us actually looking after those players who want to play red ball cricket? How many of heroes we have created from the red ball cricket? For the last 20 years, I'll say the only heroes we have got to know in Pakistan cricket are white ball cricketers. There were certain comparisons made when Virat Kohli got retired. He was considered as the legend of the game. Yes, when we talk about his white ball exploits, yes, he is. But when we talk about his red ball, I guess Yunus Khan is far more equipped cricketer and far more greater of a player. But nobody talks about Yunus Khan. Nobody wants to give him the responsibility because we know Yunus bhai, he's a very strict leader when he was in charge of Pakistan.
A very thorough gentleman.
And
yes.
but he is a very polite in a sense. If you work hard, you are humble. He is the politest man to have around, and most probably he likes all those people who have worked hard entire their journey. And most probably we misused Yunus Khan in that era where the stars was emerging like mushrooms, and Yunus was one guy who wanted everybody to treat in a same manner, and we just misused Yunus Khan. Most probably it's good for us to give the age categories team or the juniors team to Yunus Khan, and we can see the difference in coming 2 to 3 years. But again, the wrong person at wrong place at wrong time is most probably the mantra of PCB.
Now with this coach now, obviously we've seen some of his planning and execution in the PSL, but that's a completely different form that we talk about. We've seen his previous record as well with domestic teams, and it's something to talk about. One thing he's made it clear when he talked to media persons as well outside the camp, he said we want players who are complete cricketers. They have to be complete fielders, complete bowlers, complete batters, and they have to play that modern day cricket and that attacking mindset of cricket. So what can we gauge coming next for Pakistan cricket?
I guess when we talk about complete bowler or a complete cricketer means you are master of one and jack of all trades. But eventually, previously when we go through our 2 or 3 years back when cricket was under a different regime, I don't want to name, but there was a certain guy, termed as an all-rounder in the Pakistani team, who used to bowl to 2 to 3 overs at the start. He used to bat at 7 or 8 and a very good fielder. Let me name Anwar Ali. When he was exceptional when he played in under 19. When he got into Pakistani lineup, he lost his pace, he lost his mojo of that swing we have seen once in the under 19 World Cup final, and most probably the sharpness in his bowling, and we still used him as an all-rounder because he can bowl few overs at the start of the innings, and that is his.
But I'm not sure, but what people said is that he was immediately drafted into the NCA at that time because it became High Performance Center later. And he was told by one very particular character who's still there that in-swing is nothing. You need to bowl an outswing to play Pakistan.
There are so many characters. This is where I see that we have to work with the age categories or the junior cricketers. If we want to change something, change it for the sake of improvement when the cricketer is very raw at the age of 11, 12, 13 or 14, and that is it, because then it will become his muscle memory, and you cannot change muscle memory in a spur of a moment. That is, it will take a longer time, because we've seen if a bowler has to remodel his action just for the sake of an off spinner, if Syed has to bowl with a remodeled action, or for instance Muhammad Hafiz, they have to, it's just not easy for them, and the cricket as a cricketer, as a bowler, they are no more the same which they were previously when they were not bad. So most probably my question still remains the same. Everybody wants to target the newcomer or someone who has got a potential to be a very good fast bowler or batsman, and then we want to be in highlights or we want to be in the media that we were the ones who have changed his technique and now he's a much more accomplished player. Classic case of Azhar Ali, a genuine leg spinner. He was my teammate. He was a genuine leg spinner, a very good leg spinner, turned into a batsman because he wasn't good with his googlies. And just because he wasn't good with his googlies, they remodeled and reshuffled his bowling action so much that at the last moment he converted to a batsman. He is not a genuine batsman. He is a converted batsman who has scored at least 8,000 plus runs in Test cricket. What if we have stayed with his leg spin and asked him to develop his batting? He will be a quality all-rounder we wanted to be in the white ball cricket or in the red ball cricket. But again, there are so many number of cases we can talk about. The batsman or the bowler shifted because somebody wants to shuffle his action or his stance, and ultimately they end up most probably a failure.
Well, certainly, and I think the mantra is absolutely simple now, that you really need to master one skill set at least, and then, as Kashif said, be a jack of all trades. But thank you very much, Kashif Majeed, for joining us. We go towards a short break. When we come back, we've got lots more. Stay tuned.